Hi everyone, thank you for being here today. Today, after 15 years, I officially announced my retirement from football at the end of the 2021 season. It's been a hell of a ride. I've been able to play in some of the biggest games and form some of the best friendships that I'll have for life, but the time is right. It was probably a decision I'd made halfway through the season. The body is starting to fail me. As an athlete, we're tuned into our bodies, and I missed a couple of games at the start of the year with calf complaints, and then had a lower back injury, and then this significant hamstring injury. So my body's telling me it's time to hang them up, and I've managed to maximise the potential of my body, and I'm very content with this decision. As I said, it's been a wonderful journey, and I have no regrets whatsoever. To finish at a club like the Roosters with this fine group of men, and what we've had to deal with throughout the year, I couldn't be any prouder of the position I'm in. But it would be remiss of me after 15 years not to thank some people along the way. So I'll try and make this as quick as possible. Just bear with me, and then I'll answer some questions afterwards. To my junior coaches, and there were plenty, I want to thank you all for putting up with myself and Brett. We loved our footy, and we probably were annoying at times, but really enjoyed that journey coming through the grades and being able to be coached by you guys, and I really hope you've enjoyed this journey and have got a kick out of seeing myself and Brett playing at the highest level. To the support staff at each of the clubs I've been at, blokes like Little Mick at the Dragons, Fred Serraldo, Roscoe here at the Roosters. You guys work tirelessly, and I love our little conversations and catch-ups, and every time I see you blokes, no matter how long I haven't seen you for, you always greet me with a smile and a good story. So I appreciate your friendships and all the hard work you've done, and to all those support staff as well. I've really enjoyed your company the past 15 years. To some of the females in the game, people like Kath King, Michelle Moore at the Bulldogs, Leah Hang, Alex Phillips. There's a lot of females coming into our game, and it's only made our game better. These are some wonderful women, and I've been privileged to spend some time with them, and I really treasure our times together, and want to thank you for being a small part of my journey. To the physios and the strength and conditioning staff, blokes like James Rami at the Bulldogs, Pete Musa, Andrew Gray, our physios here, Adam Bentley, Steph Brennan and Ros Craig, particularly the last 5 years. There's been a fair bit of work going to the chassis, and a few oil changes here and there, but they've worked tirelessly to get me on the field and playing at a standard which I was comfortable at. So I want to thank all of you. As I said, the strength and conditioning staff as well, Trav, Kev, Harry Harris, Tony Grimaldi. These blokes built the rig as well, and helped me go out and play this game for so long. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You're a very important part of the club, and I appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. To the players, and there's been a lot, I want to thank each and every one of you. In some way, shape or form, you've made me a better player and a person, and I've been lucky enough to play with some of the best players in the world, whether it be for New South Wales or Australia. I'll look back when I finish, and the names I'll be able to say I've played alongside. That'll be something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. So, I just want to thank every one of you from the bottom of my heart, and it's been an absolute pleasure to play alongside each and every one of you. To the coaches, Jimmy Dimmick, Kev Moore, Nathan Brown, Des Hasler, Robbo, John Morris, particularly Des and Robbo. Des, you wouldn't meet two different personalities in coaches, but I played some of my best football under Des. He's a very loyal man to his players, and I really enjoyed being coached by Des. So I want to thank you very much for our journey together at the Bulldogs, and to Robbo, I want to thank you. Coming over as a 33-year-old, I probably thought I knew a fair bit about the game, but in the past 2 years, I've learnt a whole heap off you and your philosophies about rugby league, and I really thank you for that. And it's been an enjoyable journey these last 2 years, so I appreciate you and your friendship. To my manager and his team, Dave Riolo and Trent Tavaletti. Dave was the first manager to show interest in myself and Brett when we were 18 years old, and we've been with him ever since. We even joke that we have a wing in his house that he's built, so I look forward to catching up in the Morris wing when we're all done for a couple of beers with yourself and Max, and I look forward to that relationship continuing. And also to Trent, my financial manager. You've put me in a position where I'm really comfortable retiring. I don't have that stress, and you steered me along the way. We've had some good times and bad times, but you've got a friend forever in me, mate, and I appreciate your friendship. To my family now, to Matt, Dylan, Sophie, you were just little boys and girls when we started this journey, and you're fine young men and women. So, whenever I got dacked or did something silly, you were always there to post it on social media and bring me right down to ground. So, I thank you for that, and I look forward to getting down to Kiama and watching the Mighty Knights go around and heckling you whenever you do something wrong. So, I appreciate your support and love you all very much. To Dad, it should be tough, having a famous footballing surname, but you never put that pressure on myself and Brett. You let us be our own individuals. I have some fond memories of your support and being over in France to watch myself and Brett play for Australia. I know how proud you are of myself and Brett's achievements, and I want to say thank you, and look forward to catching up for a beer at Kiama Golf Club, and look forward to my kids seeing more of Poppy Slip. So there's plenty of time for that next year. To my sister Amy, you drew the short straw having 3 older brothers. Like Brett said, everything was football in our house, but you never complained. You went on all those trips to watch us play. You were there for our debuts, for our origins and our tests, and you've got little girls now, and the support that they show us because of you. I get a real thrill out of that, and yourself and Ryan, I want to thank you for all your support, and I also can't wait to spend a lot more time down Wollongong with you and your family. To Scott, my older brother, the engineer behind me and Brett, we played a lot of backyard footy, me and Brett versus you, and I think that's where we developed our competitiveness, our will to win, just trying to beat you, and you taught us a lot of lessons when we were young, and not only that, you're a mentor for myself, and you've been there the whole way as well, mate, and I appreciate your feedback after every match. And your kids as well, Jet, Hunter, Billy, Logan. You're a wonderful father, and I've really enjoyed watching them grow up, watching us play as well. So plenty of time to catch up next year as well, mate. To Mum, the next two people are obviously two of the most important people in my life. Some of the strongest women I know. My mum, Karen. I want to thank you for all your support. You made a lot of sacrifices for myself and Brett. Sometimes struggling to feed us, but you always found a way to make sure that we went on footy trips away, or anything football related, you made sure that we could do, and it's those sacrifices that paid off and allowed me and Brett to chase our dreams and become the players we are. And the life lessons about hard work, dedication, perseverance and family, you instilled in me from a very young age. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, and I know you're excited for what lies ahead for me and my family, and we can't wait to spend some more time with you as well. To my beautiful wife, Elise, you've been on this journey with me for more than half of it. I couldn't be the man, the husband, the father I am without you. You know how to calm me down. You know how to get the best out of me, and I know you're holding it down for me in Sydney with our family. You couldn't make it up here, but you're allowing me to chase my dream, and for that I'll be forever grateful. And sometimes football can be a selfish job, but you've always made sure that I've been fed well, I've got enough rest, I can relax at stages when I need to, and I'll be forever grateful for you. And I look forward to our next chapter together as a family, getting our weekends back, and who knows, maybe another one or two kids along the way. To Brett, my best mate. We've literally been on this journey together from the start. I wouldn't be half the player I am. I would be nowhere near the player I am without you pushing me. Spending time apart from each other, different clubs, just pushed us to high heights. We were able to play for Australia together, for New South Wales together, but being able to play alongside each other, and get the best out of each other, it's something that I'll be forever grateful for. And I love you, mate, and I know you're going into coaching next year, and you'll make that a great success. So there's not much else more than I can say that I love you, buddy, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I forgot to even thank all the clubs I played at. St George, where I debuted, I was a local junior there. Nothing made me prouder than pulling on that red and white jumper for my debut. Met some wonderful people there and have lifelong friends from that, so I want to thank you very much. The Bulldogs, spent 10 years there and hold a big part of my footballing journey, and a big part in my heart. Some wonderful people there. I've got blokes that stood next to me on my wedding day, and Trent Hodkinson and Josh Reynolds, and some wonderful friendships there, even with directors such as Anthony Elias. That was, I look back on those times fondly, and enjoyed every minute of that club. To the Sharks, whilst I was there briefly, it really reignited my love for the game, and to see a bloke like Gal in his final year and play alongside a bloke that I admired, that were some really good times, and I have some really great memories and friendships from there. And then obviously the Roosters, I was saying last night to the boys, sometimes I had to pinch myself last year and this year at the calibre of players that I've been able to play alongside. Blokes like Boyd, Jared, Teddy, Jake Friend, and obviously Brett. This club it's a very proud club, and there's a certain way that we play, and like I said, I couldn't be prouder of the group. This year it's a fine group of young men. It's been an absolute privilege to play alongside each and every one of you, and I just hope that I've done the jersey justice, and happy to call myself a Rooster in your eyes. So, and finally, the fans. Whether you've loved or hated watching me play, it's been an absolute privilege to entertain you for the past 15 years. The game isn't the game without you guys and girls, and it's been awesome to see boys turn into men and girls turn into females and women, and have kids along the way. I've been privileged to see that journey, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and you guys are what makes the game great. So, like I said, that's it for me. I've got a little bit of time left. I'm going to enjoy the ride. Thank you very much, and Cheers. Yeah, I have, Danny. I think probably at the start of the year, like me and Brett had spoken about it, and it was kind of, all right, well, we did the same thing last year, let's make a decision halfway through. But yeah, like I said, there was probably a couple of niggling injuries that didn't allow me to train or play the way that I wanted, and then obviously the hamstring tear as well. It's my body telling me that, you know, the time is right. And yeah, like I said, I'm very happy and content with my decision. So no regrets from me.
It's always a tough one, man, but how do you want to be viewed as a person, as a player, giving everything you've achieved?
I guess just, I suppose anyone wants to be a reliable teammate, someone that can be counted on. And you know, I just tried to do all the little things right in the effort areas, and if I did that right, I normally knew that I'd have a good game. So yeah, I just want to be remembered as a teammate that you could rely upon, and when times got tough, you know, I'd be right there with them.
You spoke about, you know, your 15-year career, but your dad made his debut in 1979. It's 42 years of the Morris legacy in rugby league. Have you had a chance to reflect on that legacy?
I guess at times I've thought about it. I think when I overtook Dad, I told him he was the third top try scorer in the family, and he didn't like that very much. But no, it's yeah, it is. It's like I said, it's a famous footballing name. You know, and there could have been pressure on us from a very young age, but he never put that on us, nor did Mum or the brothers and sisters. But for me and Brett, that was the only option. You know, we loved our football so much that when we grew up, we wanted to be first-grade footballers. And you know, we're lucky enough. Myself, I'm lucky enough to have played over 300 games, scored plenty of tries, and being able to represent my state and country. That's something that I'm going to be very proud of. And you know, the family thing, will sit down and have a cattleman's lager at the end of the year, and yeah, and then we'll reminisce. Cattleman's lager.
That's the side of the journey I think that I get really excited about. It's all that background and the sacrifices that your parents make and taking you, you know, wherever and all those ongoing, you know, hours of the morning. I guess that's, you know, your mum's every part of today as well.
100%. I think my whole family's a part of the journey. You know, they've all had to make some sacrifice at some stage for me and Brett, and you know, these days are about thanking them. You know, as I said, it's been a long time, and probably haven't been able to thank them as much as I'd like. But you know, when it counts on a day like today, it's to make sure that you remember those people and those sacrifices. And as I said, my mum you know, instilled that family values on myself and Brett, and you know, we're a very tight-knit group, and you know, this day's as much about them as it is about me as well.
Also, just on the Roosters DNA, I mean, we see a lot of clubs every day in our jobs. What is it about the Roosters that, you know, you look back on, and what did you get from the club? It's just so different to every other club.
No, I think it's, you know, the identity. We know where we've come from and what style of football we want to play, and we don't compromise that. And we play the game with an integrity and an honesty and a passion. And it, you know, as I said, it makes me proud. And after what we've seen, you know, the challenges and setbacks of this year, we haven't made that an excuse. And you know, we're sitting in a good position, and we've got troops coming back, and you know, a lot of people have written us off, but internally we haven't. And I'm looking forward to getting back out there and giving it a shake with these boys. And I'd love to be a fly on the wall next pre-season because there's going to be some spots up for grabs and there's going to be some good contests there. So the club's set for the future and it's bright.
What's next for you? Do you want to stay in football or have a break or explore other avenues?
Oh, look, I'd like to stay involved in football in some way, but I've earned myself a break. I'll spend some time away, some quality time away with family. Obviously, they're not here. They couldn't make the trip up, so just seeing my family and spending time with them. This week, myself and Brett and a few other mates will be launching a beer. It launches on Thursday or Friday. Cattleman's Lager. It's a mid-strength lager, so we're all fathers. We're all dads, and we don't drink full-strength beer anymore because we've all got kids. So that was a pipe dream probably 4 or 5 years ago, but over the past year, we've developed something that we're really proud of, and we're looking to launch in the next week or two. And that's going to be a project moving forward after football, and also finishing off my carpentry trade at TAFE as well. I've been doing that while I've been up here, and look forward to getting back into the workshop and finishing off. So I've got things to keep me busy, and it's exciting.
Josh, when you were younger, I could never tell you were great. Did you ever trick anybody, media? Did you ever play in position? Did you swap jumpers on the floor? Tell us how you retired.
I can't even remember that far back, Danny, to be honest. But I do know that sometimes when I was watching the TV and watching Brett play, I'd look at him and go, "Geez, he looks like me." So it was always funny. It was always funny listening to Rabs on the commentary. He'd get it wrong a lot of the time, and thank God for numbers on the backs of our jerseys, or else people wouldn't stand a hope.
So who's the better looking twin?
Oh, me, definitely. Yeah. More hair. He's got more kids, so he's got less hair.
So you mentioned how you played with some of the best players in the game. Is there one player that particularly stands out for you, whether you played with him at a rep level or pro club level?
Oh, that's a very, very tough question. Off the top of my head, no, but I've played with some great players. Even at the Dogs, blokes like Luke Patton, Andrew Ryan, Brett Camorley, Mick Ennis, James Graham, Josh Reynolds, Trent Hogginson, the Dragons, Matt Cooper, Mark Asnier, Ben Hornby, Brett, Sharks, Gal. Here, I could name nearly everyone in this side. It's hard to single out one player, but I've been blessed to have played with some of the greatest players in the world. And like I said, that's something I can look back on very fondly and have memories of those blokes and what I was able to achieve alongside them.
Is there a particular moment that you've shared with Brett that really stands out for you during your career?
I think our debut, my test debut, it was against the French in Paris. That was unique, and just standing next to him while the national anthem was playing, that's when you remember those people and those sacrifices that people made. But not only that, how cool it was, to have a brother playing in the NRL, but to go on and play at the highest of highs. And it was like we were playing backyard footy at that stage. We were just out there having fun. We had no worries in the world, and I'll look back on that forever very fondly.
What about you personally? What's the one moment that stands out for you?
There's probably a couple, but probably game one of the 2014 Origin series. Myself and Brett both got injured in that game, but I just remember how physical it was. The occasion that it was, the 100th game, retiring of Arthur Beetson's jersey, and a group of men that were just committed to doing whatever it took to win the game up there, to come back to Sydney and stop the 8-year streak of Queensland. that was something that I was very proud to be a part of.
Is there a bit of that vibe here at the moment with everything the Roosters are going through? You know, a group of men who are willing to do whatever it takes to win?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can draw some comparisons to that, but we do it in a Roosters way.
I'll give you a beer while on Sam tonight. Tell me, how did that come about? I mean, could you just want to drink one night and back it up? Or-
No, well, we had a punters club with a few mates, and you know, we were called Cattleman's Crew, and we just thought how good would it be if we could come up with our own beer. And like I said, it was kind of a pipe dream 4 or 5 years ago, but the closer and closer myself and Brett got to finishing, the more we wanted it to happen. And there was plenty of taste testing to get the flavour that we wanted. Yeah, we're proud with what we've come up with, and we hope the punters enjoy it as well, but drink it responsibly.
We do have some, Alex, I know we've got some journalists on Zoom, so if you want to open it up, maybe just a couple of questions off Zoom.
Yeah, guys, if Christian or Alicia or anyone else on Zoom, if you do have any specific questions for Josh, just unmute yourselves. We're good?
Josh, it's
Josh.
from Channel 10. I'm not sure if this has been answered or not because it's just a little bit hard to hear. But I just wanted you to talk us through when you sort of came to school and did Brett retire influence you at all?
Yeah, as I said, yeah, we kind of thought about it at the start of the year, both separately, and then said halfway through the year that I'd make a decision, and I probably knew before halfway that this year was going to be my last. I don't think Brett's injury had anything to do with it. More myself, as I was saying, my body was starting to fail me, and I wasn't able to train at a standard or play at a standard that I thought was befitting of this jersey. And the hamstring injury kind of seals what I thought, and it's been 5 weeks to reflect on that, but work hard because I certainly want to get back amongst this playing group and finish on a good note. Someone's ringing me.
Any other questions?
Josh, just with Brett, I know he's in another state and he's in lockdown, but how much will you talk with him? How often will you talk with him and lean on him in these next few weeks, or hopefully the next 5 weeks?
Look, we have conversations a couple of times a week, but he might give me a call after a game, or at the moment, he's doing a bit of the coaching stuff, and we'll talk about what's upcoming in the week ahead. So we still talk a fair bit, and his input's always important. And I look forward to our next journey together.
Any other questions? I think we're done. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, guys.